Hey everybody, Preston here with Lead Security. This is the second video in our series that's all about building a volunteer church security team. In the last video, we talked all about the why every church needs a safety team or a security team, whatever label you decide to put on it, and how when you correctly do security at your church, it's a ministry. It's not just fear mongering. If you missed that video, I'm going to put the link in the description below. Because if you're wanting to establish a stronger safety or security team at your church, but you're experiencing some pushback, you're going to find some information in that video that's likely going to be helpful. Today, we're taking the next step. I'm going to walk you through a simple process for specifically how to build a strong, sustainable team using a simple three-part process: retain, recruit, and train. Now, I wish I could take credit for this process, but I got it from my friend and partner in ministry, Josh Denhart. Josh is the other guy that you're going to see when you get the full online security training, the lead security training from leadsecurity.com. I met Josh at the Children's Pastors Conference in Orlando, Florida years ago, and I purchased his Lead Volunteers curriculum, which ended up being an absolute game changer for me. It was in that curriculum that I learned the retain, recruit, and train method. And I'll tell you up front, there's a reason we start with retain. And the reason is this: because most churches don't struggle to add new volunteers, they struggle to keep the ones that they have. But before I get ahead of myself and get into that video, go ahead and make sure you like this video. It's going to tell the algorithm that there is some value here. If you're in ministry and you find it difficult to keep the volunteers that you have, tell me in the comments why you think some of your volunteers are just inconsistent. And finally, if you're concerned about the safety or security of your church's members and you're looking for a place that's going to give you some free tips and insights on how to better serve your church in the area of safety and security, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that I'm uploading right here for people just like you. Now, let's get into this video. Let's start with that word retain. When a team begins to struggle, it rarely is because of a lack of interest or ability. It's usually because volunteers who joined early on eventually just get burned out. They feel disconnected. They stopped seeing purpose behind the thing that they're doing. Retention is what separates a team that merely exists from one that is actually thriving. It's not about holding people in place. It's about creating an environment where people want to be, where people want to stay. That starts with purpose. People will stay when they know what they're doing actually matters. They're not just watching doors. They're not just walking through hallways. They're creating the kind of environment where others can worship freely, where families feel safe, and where ministry can happen without distraction. It also requires communication. You want to retain people? Communicate with them. You can't retain people that you're not connected with. A short pre-service brief or a quick post-service debrief or even a text thread on an app like Signal during the week can make all of the difference in the world. When people feel like they are heard, they stay engaged. And the last part of this retention element is all about appreciation. We should never underestimate the power of a simple thank you. It could be as small as grabbing coffee and donuts for your team, or just an actual thank you card that you put in somebody's hand, but it could also be as big as a team dinner that you put together maybe once or at the most twice a year to let your people know that you appreciate them. Those are the moments that are going to build loyalty within your team. And those are the moments that really pay off dividends in the end. Those moments remind your volunteers that not only what they're doing is valued, but they, as team members, as volunteers, are valued as well. Retention doesn't happen by accident, though. It's a product of intentional leadership that values people, not just positions. Once you've built that kind of culture, that retention culture, it's time to recruit some new volunteers. Recruiting isn't about filling empty spots. It's about inviting the right people to the right mission. In a church security ministry, you're not just looking for bodies to stand posts. You're looking for hearts who genuinely care about the people that are in your building. Listen, I know a lot of people are drawn to get law enforcement or people with military backgrounds, and those things might work great, but they're not always readily available in every community. Besides, some of your best protectors aren't going to be former police officers. They're going to be grandparents or parents who already understand what it means to stay calm in chaos. Why? Because they've got a bunch of kids. But also, never underestimate the power of a mama bear who is willing to put themselves on the line for the people that they care about, those vulnerable, most vulnerable members in your community. So the big question is, how do I recruit? Now, before I answer that, let me tell you what not to do. Don't just put a slide on your church announcements and expect that slide to do all the work for you. Don't ask the pastor to beg for you from the front either. What you want to do is make a list of people that you think have the qualities it takes to be on your team. People who aren't easily distracted, people who are good communicators, and people who are likable. Training builds confidence and consistency. Without training, you don't have a team, you just have a bunch of people who are doing their best in isolation. If you don't know where to start simple. Cover radio communication etiquette, evacuation procedures in case of a fire or a violent threat. You also can talk about how to respond to medical emergencies, the ones that maybe don't require a certification. You can even talk about how you could engage a potential disruption that's coming from a couple in your side lobby. From there, you want to build with some regular refreshers. Keep your training practical, hands-on, and encouraging. The goal here isn't perfection, it's progress. Every time your team trains together, they grow together. They get more unified, they get more confident, and if they're more confident and unified, that means they're going to be more effective. So if you want to build a volunteer church security team that lasts, remember this order: retain, recruit, then train. And I really ought to add one more step into this, which is repeat, because this process is never done. In closing, keep the ones that you've got by leading them well. Add some new people with clarity and purpose, and train everybody with consistency and care. Because church security isn't about control, it's not about fear, it's about faithful stewardship. And when it's done correctly, it doesn't distract people from ministry, it empowers people for ministry. Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this video to be helpful, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss the next episode where we're going to talk more about training your team the right way so they can get sharp, so they can be unified, and they can be ready to serve. Thanks again for being here. I'll catch you in the next video.